Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Bitcoin Ethereum report for Monday, the 21st of June, the solstice, shortest day of the year. And with Bitcoin and Ethereum here, I don't really have any answers for us in terms of direction. I can talk about a few things, but I can't lay any sort of concrete moves down so far. So one of the things that this is Ethereum here, of course, and one of the things is that because we've got 5 waves down here, we should get some sort of correction back to the 50-60% area here. And because this was simple, then we can look at the B wave being complex. So, just been trying to figure out what's what with all of this, and this counts okay for a wave A and a B, and we've got 5 waves in the C wave here for the A wave, and then we've got 5 waves down here for wave A, B, and we've got 5 waves here for wave C. So yes, it could move up into this space, but I don't know that. So we just got to build a case. If this is going to be the other way, we could look at this. If this is going to be an ABC for the B wave over here for this, and then a C wave down here, well, then we're going to need another move down here. We're going to need to see a wave 4 and a wave 5 coming down here to finish off this, and making a new low here. And that's quite possible as well. I just don't know. We could also look at, well, this low here for wave A here. As a wave 4 coming up here, we don't really want to see, because we'd look at this as wave 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. We wouldn't want to see this wave 4 here breach wave 1 here in that case. It's kind of doing that already, and I can kind of see that it wants to push a little bit higher here as well. That move up here is only in 3 waves so far. If it turns into 5 waves, well, then we're going to get another 5 waves up after that. So, I don't know if this count is right. We're in a correction, and it's a bit of a guessing game. I've seen other people have sent me counts, and I've seen other counts, and they're all good, fair, a fair crack at the situation, no doubt, but who's going to be right and who's going to be wrong? It just really puts it down to, if you look at 10 analysts and they've all got different counts, then it's just, it's a bit of a guessing game, and I think that's sort of where we are at the moment, and we just got to build a case step by step here. And when you're in corrections, the corrections are not easy, and if you're going to trade, well, then just trade less. So yeah, do we come down here further, or do we move up here further? I just don't know. Yeah, I still kind of like the case for the B wave up here, but yeah, currently we're trending down and would need a change in trend. Now, it may look a little bit hopeful because we've got a bounce here, but would expect a bounce off that large number anyway. What we could do is go to the hourly chart here and just look at this here, because as you can see here, we could look at this as 1 and 2 in here, and a nice 3rd wave here, and a 4th wave occurring here. So if tomorrow, or in the 24 hours, so let's just see if we get this 4th wave and 5th wave moving up here. So if we get that, then we would have 5 waves up there, and then we could look at this as an ABC pattern coming into play, and then it might not pull back that far either. But if we got, the big if we got 5 waves up here, well, then that would first of all give us overlapping wave structures over here. So that would give this count a little bit more credibility. Yeah, the long trade in this case would be finding the top of the B wave and coming through on that side of it, confirming that we have 5 waves, because we've only got 3 waves so far. So it could just, drop from here. So I don't know. I just don't know. It could be anything. But if we get 5 waves up here, then that will give us something to work with, and we'll be able to pick that up in the next session. So just coming back to this chart here, and we'll just have a look at Bitcoin based on something like this as well. So in this case, we'll look for the A wave here and ABC for the, I mean, we've got a nice C wave here, right, for this market, but we don't have that in Bitcoin. We've got overlapping wave structures between wave 4 and 5 here. So what do we do with that? You know, that kind of thing. So is this Bitcoin here? Yeah. So with Bitcoin here, I can look at this. Here is the A wave here, and then an A, B, and C for the A wave, for a smaller A wave here, and then a B wave here, because we took this low out here. We didn't want to take that low out, but I can count 5 waves down here. So could we look at it like this, you know, and then having 5 waves up here, but we still got to get 5 waves up here, which I don't kind of have yet. But if we do get 5 waves up, then we'd also need to be mindful too of the 50-60% retracement level, because we could go up here, of course. Yeah, or we could head down as well. So like from, even if we got 5 waves, so even if I put this on here, for example, we may just come to this level up here. You can just find that on your own chart and program. So we could just have an A, B, C to this point here roughly, and then come down again. And then we'd have to look at all of this as wave 1 here, with a wave 2 coming into play. I'm just pointing out the different things that can occur here. You don't need to be an Einstein Elliott person to figure some of this out. But yeah, I mean, what we do know is that this move across here is corrective. Yeah. So is it part of a bigger pattern, the A wave and A, B, C here for the B wave and up for the C wave? I mean, it keeps changing all the time, this market. So I'm just not pinning it down. So I think that, yeah, we just need to be careful. Yeah, so really I can just really leave it like that. So one of our things is that we can look at this move up here as getting 5 waves here. It's not there yet. It's just got 3 waves, and it could just fail from this point. There was another thing that I wanted to talk about as well. I'm going to go to the tick chart here. This is more of a charting problem and a provider problem. I need a bit more data than that. Okay, so this is a tick chart, and this platform is pro real time, and you buy the data from them. But I'm just getting the data through IG Markets, and I know that there's a lot of people with IG Markets platform, and you know, when they first started over here with CMC, they were sort of the first ones over here, CMC and IG Markets, and I mean, to me, they were just both basically bucket shops. You know, it's a term from the 30s where basically it means that they bet against you, you know, and if you lose, they win. They take your money, you know. So, and if you know, in the old days, if you went to a bucket shop in the 30s, in the 20s and 30s, you know, like Jesse Livermore and that, you know, and they'll like, if you were good, like a casino, like a card counter, they'd throw you out, as they still do today, you know. So they did the same thing back then as well, but now they don't. These guys, if you're a top trader with a CFD platform, people, well, then they will know that you're making money, and then they will just copy your trades and trade that on another CFD platform. Yeah, they've got systems that do all that sort of stuff. But anyway, one of the things I wanted to notice, if you're an IG person, is that I was counting this down here. It was all going sort of okay, and then down at this point here, I just want to point something out to people. It's just a very subtle thing, but it's on let me find the other platform here, which is on Bitstamp. So I've got this other, with this is a trading view platform. So we've got Bitstamp here. So yeah, it was kind of interesting really, if you can kind of compare this low here, right? The market started to move up here, and that's it here, that low here, right? So it moved up there. So you've got that part of it there. You've got that little bit there, that sharp bit there, right, to that point. You've got that little bit there to that, where that top of that, not so much the wave 4, but that little top just there is that little top here. And then the market, it did all that and went up to the top here. But in this case here, when it came down, or one of these when it came down, this one made a new low here. So on this one here, I could count it as wave 3, 4, and 5 coming down here. But on this one, it never made that low coming down here. Never made that low here. So obviously the IG people were redoing their data or whatever it is over that, in that period of time there. So they didn't collect the data and redistribute it into the file. So look, I think it's something that, and if you're with another, if you're with CMC or any CFD platform or whatever, I think you need to double check, if you're counting Elliott, because there's a big piece of it missed out. This low here never came in over here for this. Anyway, it's just a thing, just one of those things that need to be talked about a bit. But yeah, anyway, this little move up through here, off the low here, can be counted. It's not 5 waves yet, whichever way I look at it. I mean, I could probably get 1 and 2 here. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for this. Yeah, it's not counting that well here. I mean, I can count from this point here as 5 little waves, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here. I was thinking this may be a wave 4 here at this point. But we don't have 5 waves to the upside yet. I mean, I possibly could get 5 waves out of it, but I need to treat that as the 3rd wave here in this case, because it's the most powerful point. I can see this as 1 and 2 into here and 3 to here and maybe 4 to here, but I can't get 5 waves out. I mean, you can see little 5 waves in here, but I can't get it out. There's an extra little wave in here, so I'm a bit sort of stuck on this, but I wanted to give it another session, and let's see how what I'll check around for is that, will we get 5 waves up here? Yeah, that's the step 1. So coming back to where we were before, maybe the 4-hour chart will capture it. Okay, so yeah, so that little move up here, I don't have 5 waves up here yet, but even if I get 5 waves up here, yeah, I mean, well, the first thing is that if it just collapses where it is now and comes down here, there's going to be another low to come in play for this. Yeah, so anyway, I've got to resolve this a little bit here, but yeah, let's just see where we are with this. But I'll just come back to Ethereum here for a moment, because this is my cleanest count here. So let's see if we just get this move up. If we get 5 waves here, then we're going to get another 5 waves to the upside, and then that will send us to the upside at that point. So we just need to see if we get that 5 waves up here for Bitcoin and Ethereum, and if that's the case, then it's likely that we're going to push higher up here, because this doesn't look like a 3rd wave coming down. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of a little bit lazy. It should be coming down a little bit faster than that, being a 3rd wave, but it's not. So yeah, I think we could have a low in place here for this. Anyway, I'll just leave it all at that, because I don't really have any answers. But now that this trend is just maybe starting here, we don't know, we don't have 5 waves yet. If it is, then we can catch the 3rd wave up through here, and we'll do the same with Bitcoin. So I'll just leave it at that for the time being. Cheers.